Hello. So today I decided to do a video pretty much on how I do my brows and pretty much the products that I use when I do my brows. So I use a pencil, a gel, a powder, and then I have a preset primer that I use before I do any of those things. And each product helps make my brows last during the day. So for the brow, I'm gonna call this the brow tutorial. So for the brow tutorial, right, I have like maybe 15 minutes to like kind of tell you about each product. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you everything first, and then I'm just going to pretty much do it, right? It's the only way we can fully get everything in motion in 15 minutes. So I like to use two concealers. I just started recently using two concealers because you know, during the summer we get a little darker as we go outside each day. So I'm gonna use my concealer in Espresso and my other concealer in this is Fawn. I normally use Fawn for like the whole brow, but being that it is summertime, I do them kind of differently in the summer. So I'm gonna be using my small round mirror because when I do my brows, I need to like really just be focused on my brows. So I use well, 3 brushes, I would say. Is it 3? Yeah, it's 3 brushes. So I use 2 of my angle brushes. This one is the name is completely off of this one, but I believe this was my e.l.f. Angled brush. So I'm going to use this one, and then I'm going to use this Vander angle brush as well. And then I'm going to also use my e.l.f. spoolie and angled brush to do my brows. So what I like to do first is apply my waterproof eyebrow primer, and this is by NYX Cosmetics. So what I do first, being that my brows are like fairly bushy in itself, I like to just use this end of the spoolie first to like spruce them, right? Get them into place, kind of. Go in with the primer and brush in a upward motion. So with this primer, I find out that it basically help your brows stay mostly all day. Even though like my brows have never really been a problem for me during my day at work or if I'm outside. Brows have never been a problem for me. What's really been a problem for me lately is the creasing around my smile line. But we're going to talk about that in another video. This one is just about brows today, right? So I like to let that sit for maybe about 30-40 seconds just so it can dry a little bit. Because I'm telling you, once this stuff dry, you can't brush your brows the way you want to. So I normally let it just sit for like 30 seconds just so that it can just dry into the position that I'll automatically brush my hairs into, and then like try to fill them in. So like as you can see, the only problem issues I have really with my brows is the ends on both sides. So I'm gonna focus mainly on this area of my face. You might not be able to see my lips moving, but you'll be able to hear me perfectly fine, I would hope. And I'm gonna move my camera just like so. So as I said, I'm gonna show you with Okay, I'm kind of out of my pencil, but this is the CoverGirl eyebrow pencil in brown. I have another one, but I just want to finish this out and before I open the next one. So I'm going to use this little mirror just for the time being. So what I like to do while, yeah, it's still a little damp. So what I like to do is I'm going to line out my brow. And with this, I do light strokes, right? So just kind of gives me a direction of where I want things to go. Now, being that I didn't brush the end up, I have to kind of bring it back down a little bit. So go in again with the pencil and create my line that I want. There we go. Now, filling across. This is just basically a direction, right? So you see the difference between this brow and this brow. This one already has a little more structure than this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing for this side, and then I'm going to take my gel and my powder and fill in what else needs to be filled in. So we're going to go again on the bottom. Right? And again, take the spoolie, brush down the hairs that I drug up. So it has a little more structure. Now I'm going to go in with the angled part of the brush. Go in with the gel and the chocolate. Let me get another one that has a full pan. So just open this up. Okay. So now this one is a brand new one. Well, not brand new, but has more product in it. So I'm gonna take exactly where I already drew in my line, and I'm just gonna take it and stroke upward to make like hair-like motions, right? And I don't really need to use a lot because using the pencil kind of gave me a direction of where, like, it's just basically to fill in any sparse areas, right? Right? Then I'll go in and do across top. So it's filled in, right? Now that looks natural. Now I'm just gonna take the spoolie, brush it up, right? And then same thing for the other side. Right? So pretty much just take it and fill it in It doesn't matter if it's a little messy, because once you apply your concealer, you're going to clean it up anyway, right? So I'm going to take a little bit of the powder. I'm going to put it on the spoolie side, and that's just going to be like my main set. Then I'm gonna go in with the eye gel. This is the LA Colors Browy Wowie tinted brow gel, right? Being that this brow gel is slightly lighter than what I actually thought it was gonna be because of the packaging, I just do the ends. It kind of kills off some of the harshness of it. Now, the brow gel is last. That is the setting of the brows, complete setting. So we're going to go in with the concealer in Fawn, and then with the concealer in Espresso. We're going to do Espresso first, because Espresso is going to go above, and Fawn is going to go below. Using the Vander Angled brush. So I'm going to zoom out so you can see. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do it, right? So I like to do both sides of the brush. And I'm going to line across, right? And then I'm going to zoom back in so you can see. Now I'm going to go in with Fawn and do under. I do Fawn for under because, like, say if I'm going to do an eye, or if I'm going to do like a quick shimmer or something on my eye, I like that to pop out a little more. So Fawn goes on the bottom of the brow. And I'm going to hold the mirror up just so I can see. So what I try not to do is like arch my brow or frown. So I'm trying to like keep it as straight as possible, just to follow the natural curve, or the curve that you created, right? Now this this beginning part has a slight dip, which I don't really like. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of concealer on my actual hair bed for my brow, just to get rid of that little dip. I would pluck it, but when I don't have on makeup, it'll look weird. So I'm just gonna leave it like so, right? Then we're gonna go back in with the other concealer just to clean up anything up top. Right? And now I'm going to zoom in so you can see. You see how the concealer kind of cleans up any imperfections that you have? And this is the little dip I was talking about. Like my hair comes down here, so my eyebrow actually goes like this. So this is better for me to like kind of conceal it instead of like shaving it. And this kind of actually gives me a lineup to where I want the other brow to. So I have to like kind of guide myself, right? So that is one brow. Now let's continue and do the other brow, right? So we're gonna go back in with espresso to do the top. I'm gonna zoom back out. And this is another reason why some people like to do their brows after they apply their foundation and after they apply like the rest of their face. With me, it's kind of the opposite. I want to do my brows first because that's the most work for me. Going in again with Fawn to do the bottom. So I'm going to follow that line I kind of created to get rid of my dip. And that is pretty much how I do my brows. And if I was to just do brows to just go outside without a full face of makeup on, I would pretty much just kind of blend out the concealer. Kind of put like a setting powder on and then go on about my day. But that's like if I was wearing like a ball cap or like if my hair is up in a ponytail and I really just don't feel like doing anything with my face. Now I'm gonna go in with my eyebrow set gel. This is just the final touch to set everything up, right? And there you have it. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see final. But what really helps me with my brows is that they're already kind of shaped. So all I really have to do is just fill in what I feel like needs to be filled in and then take it from there. And that's pretty much how I do my brows every day, ladies. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Hope to see you again soon. Bye.